God, that projection of unconditional love that's on us, it's on everything in existence. So the aliens that are a billion light years away, wherever you are in time, in space, you, it is, it's there. It's so big. Like how, I just, I'm in awe, when you think of how big the God that created me and loves me, loves and creates and loves unconditionally, the alien like 10 billion light years away on another planet, like I don't know,
Yeah.
doing alien stuff.
Well, I'm hearing Arcturian. I'm
Mhm.
literally channeling
All
Arcturian.
of them.
Because here, just like human race, there's good and bad of each star race, right? So you got the good and bad of each star race. When it comes to unconditional love, they're trying.
Mm,
A lot of us have had past lives in these places, including me, and we try to bring those same light codes to here to Earth because
mm,
we're really trying to bring Gaia into being. We're trying to
yeah.
raise the Earth's frequency. And for some reason, we're a little slow down here. So we have to try to get with the program.
But when I was working on the beings book, I had a session. So we had the session, and it was kind of like an astral projection type thing.
Mm.
And I met with my guides. Well, I didn't meet them formally, like I didn't have to do that. It was, they were there and I saw them, and they were Arcturian beings, and I didn't know that at the time. And so I described them to her. I said, this is what they look like. And, they are taller and they look like this, and there's this blue and whatever. And she's like, oh yeah, that's what I see too. And, I was like, oh cool. And there were three of them. They always, the three of them together. And I was like, yeah, these, and she's like, okay, well, they've got messages for you and they're your guides. And I'm like, okay, I didn't know that. That's cool. Because before I did the beings book, I was all light and love. There were rainbows shooting out of my eyes.
I
I
love
didn't
that.
believe in the negative stuff until I had to understand the contrast so that I know what I'm dealing with. I know what is out there, because I didn't want to look at those things. I thought if I put my attention to the negative stuff, I will attract negative stuff. No, you need to know everything because everything exists and you can decide what you prefer. So I was like, I had to learn that lesson. It was a tough one.
That's so awesome that you that I'm bringing up the Octorians, and that's what came through for you before.
Yeah.
So you might, do some research about Octorians, because you might have had, if you believe in past lives, you might have had, a past life on the planet,
Yeah.
on Octoria. So this is what came through. It actually came through on June 3rd, 2024.
Okay. What does
It
it say?
says, yeah, June 3rd. What is that? Gemini energy.
I don't know.
It says galactic ancestors of the 11th dimension Arcturians. That's who came through. I wrote that
Okay.
down. Um, I
Okay.
wrote, this is what they wanted to talk about: love, deep compassion, and protection.
Mhm.
And
Ooh.
they said, we are building to heal all species. If you see
Ooh,
here, I
I like
underlined
that.
all.
Yes.
So as we're building, we're also unifying like the whole galactic center. I'm hearing galactic center. So the allies, and like, because like there's other light beings, right? Like these
Mm.
Octurians. And so we're building to heal all species. So even the broken Octurians, we're helping
Mm.
heal, just like they're helping heal like the broken humans, or you can call them
Yeah.
broken, but you know what I mean. We're not broken,
Yeah.
but to allow
Yeah.
us to heal into wholeness. um
Yes.
but they said that the rainbow and crystal children, and it's funny because you said you were all rainbows, and this says that this is for the rainbow and crystal children.
Ooh.
And when I think of the rainbow children, I feel like my children are rainbow children, and I feel like
Mhm.
that I have a tie to the rainbow children, because the rainbow children, when you think of a rainbow, you think of the promise of God in your
Mm.
life, right? being fulfilled. And a lot of that of what we seek is we want love, deep compassion, protection. We want those things that heal all species of all humanity, you know, galactically, even animals are the spirit animals, and everything. And when you think of the rainbow spectrum, you're thinking of all the dimensions. If you're talking chakras, you're talking root chakra, one dimensional, all the way, even to your soul star chakra, your stellar gateway chakra, those upper chakras, even above the crown. They all hold a different spectrum of color. And when
Yeah.
we come into unification, we're multicolor, we're multi-race,
Mm.
we're multi-religion.
And I live in South Africa. And when we had apartheid going on, and people were like, "Oh, you cannot mix the races," and with this segregation and all of that, when Nelson Mandela came out of prison and he basically became president, there was this whole thing, this whole campaign about South Africa being a rainbow nation because we were
Wow.
all the different colors and shades and races and groups coming together as a rainbow nation for the first time. So that
Mhm.
always comes back. It always, I don't know why, whenever I think of rainbow, even though I'm thinking of the actual rainbow in the sky and all the colors and the stuff, I always remember that. And I feel like, our country has come a long way, but there's still so much healing that needs to be done because I don't feel like a lot of people see another human being when they interact with them. Like, I see a lot of, I don't want to call it racism because it's not racism. It's like, if I see you and you are different, my reaction is different and I cannot help it. And I'm not talking about myself. I'm like explaining how I see people
Yeah,
interact
yeah,
with each other, and we interpret that as, oh, he's being racist, she's being racist.
right.
It's more than that. It's deeper than that. It's like you don't see this human as a
Yes,
human.
yes.
You
It's
know?
yes. That's I was literally teaching my kids yesterday. I have young children. I have a 7-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 12-year-old, and they were asking me about the Holocaust. Well, my ancestors, I'm Greek heritage, so my ancestors actually in the Greek islands dealt with the Holocaust as well, because the Holocaust
Ooh,
wasn't just it was of the Jews. They were doing the Jews, but they also went to other areas, and they thought these people were less than. We're talking eugenics. I'm teaching my
yeah,
kids about eugenics. I'm telling them, listen, they want
yeah,
us divided. They want us divided, and they want to think that somebody is, a um uh more important than another human. And
yes.
and it's not true. God loves us
It's not
all.
true. Yeah,
And
and I've been really like feeling that lately, like feeling that there isn't, why are you even talking about race and gender and all this stuff? Like, human, we are all human. We are human. Like, literally, that's all that should matter. We are humans, all of
come
us.
on.
Like, forget about the stuff, and
Yeah.
we stay backward because we won't move past the fact that I am just as human as you are. I bleed red blood too. Like, if you cut me open, I'm gonna have the same organs as you, pretty much. Um,
Yeah, and it's definitely an instilled belief because, you know, this is just my own belief, but I feel that, like, there's people in charge in certain places that want to push certain narratives, you
yeah,
know, and
yeah,
it's for their benefit because they don't worship God. They worship themselves and money. And
yeah. I know that. I know that all, but they are literally like a handful of people compared to everyone else. Like, we need to stop thinking like we are slaves, and we need
yes,
to actually like think for ourselves and be like, hold on, why are there 10 people telling 10 million or 10 billion people what to do?
right.
Like,
Well,
seriously,
that's
guys.
that's why I was talking about eugenics and genocide to my kids, because I was telling them, at what point does a human say, you know what? I don't care how much money or military you have coming against me. What you're doing is wrong. At what point? How many lives does it take? I
Yeah.
told, because we're a multiracial family, I love all the ancestors. Like, I love my ancestors, but I love all the ancestors because all of our ancestors are in alliance as
Yeah.
well to heal. Okay. So whenever I was telling my younger daughter and my son, they're Hispanic heritage and they're from Mexico and Colombian heritage. So I was telling them about the indigenous tribes and the Native Americans and how, there were cultures that came over here and tried to assimilate them and tried to move them. I told them about the Trail of Tears, not even thinking of these people as human beings. And then I went in and told, because my oldest daughter is mixed, I told her about how they enslaved the African Americans and all that.
Yeah.
I told her about the Underground Railroads. I told her about how people had to die because they were saving other people.
Yeah.
And then I showed them about my ancestors in the Greek Holocaust. You know, they went to these people's villages and took their husbands and the wives and the kids to the side and had to watch them murder their husbands lined up
Mm.
execution style. At what point do you say this isn't this is a human? This is a
Mm.
human, and it was so important for me to show that to my children because it's like, let's not get wrapped up. Let's not get
Yes.
wrapped
Don't
up in.
forget who you are.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think that's who the chosen people are. The chosen people
Yeah.
aren't the ones going around saying, this or that or war and we got to do this. The chosen ones are saying, wait.
Hmm.
You're
Yeah.
my brother. You're my
Yeah.
brother. You're my sister. What
Yeah.
are you doing?
Yeah. Unity and compassion and kindness and love and behaving as if you are unconditionally loved by God. Like, stop acting a fool out here. Like, you do not belong to the Most High. Like, stop that. Stop that. You're making a fool of yourself and you're gonna regret it. you know you're gonna die. We're all gonna die. You're gonna have to sit in your life review and be like, okay, I see myself not saying this, not doing that, seeing people doing wrong and not standing up, not being a better human for my family, for whatever. Like, why do you want to regret that when you can just do the right thing now? Because we all know
Mhm.
the right thing to do. Like, we all have the gut feeling, we all have the intuition.